Okay, take two. So we had a technical difficulty glitch. Don't kick your members out
Don't
because
eject.
because then they can't get back in. We don't know how we lost you, but we ejected you, and then we couldn't change our mind. There was no takebacks. Okay, she just asked you a question.
And did you hear it? I don't know at what point we cut out.
Well, we were talking about the fact that I'm not losing body fat.
Yeah, so my statement was from looking at your pictures that you've been posting, especially the comparisons that you've been doing, it looks like you've lost a lot. Like your belly is a lot slimmer, your legs, your arms are toned.
So how does that happen? I mean, how do I get on my fancy little scales over here that tell me my body fat? I thought, well, maybe I have too many calluses on my feet, or I didn't drink enough water, or I mean, what is this? Because I know it's electricity. It goes through your body, and what is this? But
I don't know. I would encourage you to try it old school at the same time as trying it newfangled electronic stuff. Just because old school is old school for a reason, and however they calibrate.
The pinchers. Yeah, I have pinchers. I've just never really done anything with them.
Well, that's how we did it in high school, and that's what all the electric shit is based on, you know. So I would encourage trying that because I really don't know how those work, and I know that body composition changes no matter what that thing says, you know.
Well, I think I'll try it really old school and just do my clothes in the pictures. I mean, the pictures say I've lost inches, I'm firmer. My arms see it. You know, yeah, I still have belly fat. I'm not perfect yet, but I don't have the big...
You don't have what you used to have.
I'm just going to have to stay off the scales because it makes you want to quit.
Yeah, I was going to say that. When you weigh yourself every day and you're not seeing the numbers change, it makes you depressed and kind of gets you down on yourself. Even if you're physically seeing changes, for some reason, if the numbers aren't changing, it does something to your head.
Well, the whole importance to me of doing this process publicly was literally as an incubator to test the parameters of like what. So much of the time it's people not committing to a process. We've all committed to a process, and I can tell you right now that from when I started to now, I've eaten a lot more heavy foods and junk foods than when I started because my body's been hungrier. It wants to chew on a cow. My body, like I bought a bottle of peanuts, and I just ate a whole bottle of peanuts. I'm just eating little nuggets of protein, like, you know what I'm saying? And although I've noticed a definite change in my muscles, right? That's that body composition change that we're talking about. I've definitely seen an increased size and definition in my muscles. I have more flab around my gut than when I started. Yes, I did. Don't try to play this game with me. You know,
no,
nobody.
It's not a game. Like I feel like I look at you all the time, and I think your abs are a lot more defined than they used to be.
Well, there's this
that
rolls. No, not when I started this. When I started this, I didn't work out for 3 weeks. I didn't work out for 3. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you because if you heard what Melissa says about you compared to your body, then you would get put in check.
I'm not saying that way. I'm just saying you used to have more rolls.
A long time ago.
No, recently.
Oh my God. Okay, so apparently she knows my body better than me. I was concerned in starting the challenge that I didn't have any weight to lose. I didn't have my normal, like when I'm drinking beer every night, then I get this. And especially if I'm eating ice cream, and I've seen this before, like after I've done a cleanse, and then I eat like a bunch of junk food or whatever. So whatever your perception of my body is, I'm telling you my experience of my body.
Well, you know what? And that's part of the reason to do the pictures, because we put ourselves down. We look at ourselves and go, oh my God, why they, that's part of the picture is accepting yourself and not feeling bad. So we might look at you and see one thing, Satek, and you see something else.
No.
I'm learning to see something with myself.
Well, that's true with everybody. We always see ourselves differently than others see us. But my point is that I don't have any emotional investment in what my gut looks like. Number one, because I'm a man. Number two, because I've been fit my whole life, so I've never had to deal with being out of shape, except for a little pot belly I got after drinking 40s every night for 6 months editing a film. I had to come back out of that. I think I was 20 pounds over my normal weight.
Yeah.
I've never had to struggle with it. I don't have any emotional connection to it, so it's not good or bad. What I'm talking about is what I saw and felt in my body when I started, which I was lean when I started. So I wasn't trying to lose any weight. I was trying to bulk up and define. I was trying to get more definition. I don't really need size. I like definition. I like that Bruce Lee. Thank you very much. I like that Bruce Lee type of spell because it's functional. Really big is not functional. It slows you down and you're not physically adept. So what I have noticed is that my body, I've been working out for 15 days straight now. I don't think I've ever done more than 3 or 4 days a week in my entire life. And I've done 15 days straight now, and I wanted to eat a cow. Like my body was hungry, and I was tired every day. And not just like muscular tired, but like energetic tired, you know? And so the food is like I feel like I need the food for energy. But then when I eat a big piece of chicken or a handful of peanuts or whatever, then that just makes me want to go to sleep. Like the food doesn't give me energy. The food makes me want to go to sleep. And then when I wake up, I don't feel energized. I still feel tired. And I feel like my body doesn't want to move. You know?
And my blood pressure dropped way down. I had to have my teeth cleaned, and it was like 90/60. And that's like, you just can't, you can hardly move when your blood pressure is that low. And so I've been salting. Well, then there you go. I salt everything, just trying to get my blood pressure back up. And I'm not feeling it in my rings or anything like that, but that's like a catch-22.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you've done an awesome job, and you've kicked the challenge's butt, and we will evaluate all of our processes in retrospect and hindsight, and we'll learn a lot of important things that are not going to be textbook bullshit things. They're going to be things we learn from physical experience and seeing how.
Yeah, learn about me. What do I need? How am I going to do it? How are you going to do it? And how are you going to do it?
And my question to you, Nancy, was you said that you hadn't, your body weight, your body fat hadn't changed. Has it not changed at all, or just recently has it changed? At all? From the
over the 30 days. Over the 30 days, it has not changed.
Yeah, see, I think your scale's busted. Because there's no way that you could lose that belly weight and not have that affect your BMI.
Well, it may just be the way my body moves energy, maybe. Maybe it's...
That is a definite concern of mine with electrical type shit, because my favorite place in the world is Spa Castle, and they have these little metal sensors that you're supposed to touch to turn shit on. And almost every time I touch them, they will not work. They will not work. And someone will come up behind me and they'll touch it and it'll turn on.
Yes.
And then I notice that sometimes if I touch it and it won't work, if I stand up out of the water, then I touch it, it'll work. So there's some type of resistance that's in a normal human body that's not in my body, and it's likely because of Tai Chi and just the whole fluidity thing or whatever. But I have to stand up out of the water and make myself rigid to get the electronic thing to realize I'm here and I want you to turn on. Hello, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know how those things work. You know, it's kind of like my grandmother in the VCR. Like, get that out of my face. I don't know what that does. You know.
It's like people who can't wear a watch. You know,
Right.
Their electricity mess, especially the old wind-up watches.
Yeah, I can't believe people actually still wear watches. That's amazing. Okay, so I was thinking that you still wanted Sculpt and Burn because you were so geeked about it a few weeks ago when you first did it. And so then I was expecting to do Sculpt and Burn today, but I hadn't thought about the fact that you've been working out every day for 26 days until right before we got on. And so I want you to tell me about how your body's been feeling on the whole and what you would like it to feel like today, and then we'll do a session around that.
Well, I'm pretty tired. And I'm not sure if that's
And you're not sure what?
why. I'm trying to think of how to say this. I am tired, but I would love to do a workout, but I don't think I want to beat myself up today.
Right.
You know, there's some days you really push, and you know you're going to be exhausted tomorrow. But since I'm already tired, I would just love to do a nice, I worked my body, but I didn't beat the crap out of it.
Yeah, and those days don't usually come after 26 days of work also. So what I would say then, and I know Char's body's been through a lot too, she's not as far through as you, but it's taken its toll on her, is I would like to combine a stretching session with a freestyle session.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Sounds great.
Awesome. We'll get yours set up so I can see your bar.
Let's, play with the light here. Play with the light.
And you get on the bar.
Oh. Too far down. Do I need to go further back? And is it too dark?
It's kind of dark, but we can do it artsy on this one because this is the freestyle. That's not bad. Yeah, that's kind of dramatic. A little bit of backlighting.
Kind of like shadowy.
Yeah, it's a metaphor for something. Everything is. Okay, so I want you ladies to start with the softest hip rock that you can find. And as you're doing the hip rock, I want you to think of it as a stretch. And I want you to use that stretch to relax your spine. Good, now you're going to increase that motion and let your body sink. Feel the gravity of your body as you go in any given direction, using that direction as a stretch somewhere.
Freeform stretch?
Mm-hmm. Now, Nancy, you can see Shara on your big screen, and Shara can see you on our big screen. And so I want you guys to both.
I was sticking to just side stretching, all right? Oh.
Yeah. What'd you say, Nancy?
I was sticking to just hip rock stretching, but I see it's stretch however I want to stretch.
You stretch wherever you want. You stretch wherever you want. And everything I'm going to say to you is just suggestions, okay? This is a freestyle stretch, so the purpose of what we're doing right now is just relaxing and opening the body. That's the purpose. And the program we're going to use is freestyle, which means do whatever the hell you want to do, right? Make yourself feel good. My words are just general suggestions that you can play with. And as always, I'm going to talk to you a lot about gravity, and I can see you feeling gravity in your body, and that's good. Anytime the body is feeling gravity, it has to be relaxed. Once you let your body connect with gravity, every single movement can become a stretch. Every single movement can become expressive and emotive. So part of the challenge of freestyling in anything is treating it as a meditation, which means when you begin, you let yourself continue. You don't break your flow. So once you start stretching freestyle, treat it like a meditation. And don't come out because you don't know what to do next. Just stay there and feel the next feeling, and notice how each feeling leads to another feeling. If you catch yourself trying to remember something, let go of it. This isn't the time to remember shit. We got the camera for that. You want to focus on feeling, especially creating good feelings. Sometimes tension feels good in the body. And we can use that tension to build up energy in a specific place and then release it somewhere else. But in our stretching sessions, we always want to focus on the release. Whereas in the sculpt and burn sessions, we're focusing on the build. The easiest way to relax the body is the breath. With each exhale, let the body be a little bit softer and each movement happen a little bit more effortlessly. Use the breath to move the body. So whenever we're freestyling, we want to notice patterns as they arise and we want to use them and explore them. But we want to break them before the mind can get bored. Breaking the pattern keeps us in a space of freedom. We love patterns. We study them. We recreate them in many ways. But we know that the patterns are all artificial. They're imposed boundaries. And when we freestyle, we want to let go of those boundaries. We want to use the body to rediscover the freedom of every moment. As you freestyle, think about the volume around the bar and allow your body to actually explore that volume. If you imagine letting your body move through all of that volume, you'll do movements you wouldn't think of if you were just thinking about what you feel in your body. But actually, imagine the space and allow your body to explore that entire space, both sides of the bar, from one side all the way to the other. Never trying to hold the body up from the ground artificially. Always letting it drip down whenever it needs to, and using the floor as a part of the tool. The floor is another surface that supports you. So balance, power, and flow. Body, mind, and spirit. We like to speak of it as sensation, meaning, and awareness. At any given moment, you are processing your experience as feeling, meaning, or awareness. Notice which you default to. Notice what happens when you shift your focus from meaning to feeling, and from feeling to awareness. Thinking and feeling are diametrically opposed. They cannot happen simultaneously. One is input, and the other is output. One is not right, and the other wrong, any more than an inhale is right or an exhale is wrong. But behind both thinking and feeling is awareness. And I want you to focus on awareness. I want you to practice awareness. Using your body as your tool. Notice what makes awareness different from thinking. Thinking tries to separate. Thinking is always judging. Thinking is always restructuring. Thinking is always manipulating data. Awareness manipulates nothing. Awareness merely perceives like a camera. Awareness has no fear. Awareness has no pain. Awareness has no desire. Experiment with awareness. See if you can find any boundaries. See if you can find any containers in awareness. Any gaps. Or is awareness like time? Completely omnipresent. infinite in both directions. What does infinity feel like? What does infinity move like? Notice that infinity is free. Infinity has no boundaries. Infinity has no fear, no pain, no story. Now I want you to actually begin to breathe through your body. So anytime you inhale, something in your body is going to raise. And when you exhale, something in your body is going to lower. You can interpret that in any way that it makes sense. But with your inhale, something in the body raises. And in the exhale, something in the body sinks. Imagining the whole body floating like smoke, moving like smoke, breathing like smoke. Now, the smoke is going to condense and fall to the ground, and the whole body is going to drip down like water. You're going to let go of your ball, and you're going to explore the the bar like water. No ball. Explore the bar like water. Don't believe any limitations of the mind. Notice that the body is just as free as it was with the ball. Let the body embody that freedom. Let the body become an animal. on a hillside, in the moonlight. Animals let themselves move and stretch and writhe and convulse whenever they need to. They don't need excuses or stories, explanations. Let your body be an animal, because it is. Animals don't try to be pretty. They don't try to win friends on Facebook. They just move, and they hunt, and they mate, and they play. Let your body move, and hunt, and mate, and play, and pray. Now that we've created a good and deep and solid meditation with the body, I want you to call in one of your archetypes, whichever one you want. And I want you to let that archetype speak through your body. Let that archetype tell any story it wants to tell. And hold space in awareness. Like a flame, every movement creates another movement. Every action creates an equal and opposite reaction. This is the nature of karma. This is the nature of physics. This is the nature of energy. Now allow your body to settle, and you're going to switch to the most opposite archetype you can find. And you're going to let that archetype express through the body. How does that energy want to move? What does that energy want to say? does it want to do? What have you been repressing, not letting it say? Let it speak. And if it's rooted, let the roots break. Let it move. What does this voice really desire? What is the one thing it would say if you gave it your full attention? Give it your full attention. Feel the meaning behind the sensation. And accept that meaning the same way you accept a baby crying. A puppy in the next room barking. Now let every movement become an expression of acceptance and truth and harmony. Feel the truth of harmony. Feel the peace of acceptance. Feel the freedom of awareness. Thank this bar, this tool, this support with the movement of your body. Know that it will always be here to support you, as long as you take time to lean on it. Feel how it supports you. Softly, gently, bringing all the different sensations, all the different spaces, all the different meanings, and all the awareness that tied it all together in one continuous flow, bringing all of those things into one present experience. Accepting every sensation, because every sensation is true. And every sensation is you. Accepting every meaning, because you created each one. And accepting the awareness because it is ever present. It is always there, and it always accepts everything exactly as it is. Bringing all of these experiences into one moment, find the closing of that moment. As soon as you ladies are ready, make your way back to the studio monitor. Can you turn your computer so we can see you now? There we go. All right. How do you feel?
Very nice. Very, very nice. Maybe emotionally drained, but that's good. There was a lot of, build-up, in life, things that happen, and it was nice to be able just to let it go and not have to voice it, but just move through it and express it. And it wasn't wrong, it wasn't right, it wasn't somebody trying to tell me what to do, guiding me perhaps, because sometimes you're afraid to go into that dark spot. So it was very good.
Nice. And tell me about some of the experiences you had in the journey.
Well, to be able to admit that there are some, and we all have some really good places to go to, and yet there are some places that you hold back because it's not good for other people. You know, anger or frustration or disappointment, and to be able to, you can do it through movement without having anyone have to give an opinion. It's nice to be moving,
Right.
and not judging myself or anyone else.
Yeah. Yeah, and you discovered a whole lot of freedom because of that.
Yes.
Anything else particular you can tell me about your journey?
Well, I mean, I know that I have, everybody does, you know, suppressed anger, and I know I held back on some of it. I probably could have let go more, but it takes practice. It isn't like you just come right out and, whoa, there you go. You just,
Right.
you now
Right.
can show it in your movement because you hold it back for so long that you just don't turn it on just because, ooh, you can. It takes a long time to change that. But that's part of the reason why you want to do this over and over. And
Yes, yes, and I want you to watch this one in a way you haven't watched, I think, any of the other ones because everything you did was you. You know what I'm saying? And
yes.
I want you to watch.
Oh, we froze
Did you
again.
catch that?
No, let's do that again.
Did we? Can you hear me?
I can, yes, now.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you, but I take So you want me to watch it again, and I will.
I told you I want you to watch it, and I want you to watch it in a different way than you've watched the other ones because there's a different amount of you in this one, and I want to know what it makes you feel like when you watch it. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can. Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm not going to ask you a third time. So instead, I'm going to ask Shara about her experience because she was having her own journey at the same time you were having yours. So what did you experience?
I guess more like a sense of freedom. I feel like that's where I've been going recently is getting to a point where I'm so comfortable with myself and in my own skin that I can just let go. So this is the second time in a couple of days where I feel like I'm tapping into who I truly am and who I really want to be. And it just feels amazing to see that side of myself that I've always wanted but didn't know how to bring out. So yeah, that was good. That was powerful.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to see a lot of it because I was watching Nancy most of the time, but I caught a good bit of it in my peripheral vision, and I saw a whole lot of freedom.
Yeah.
And I saw you mess up and not look at me like, oops, you know, not like second guess yourself. And that was
Go with it.
That was a big energetic shift. So I could tell that you were having a powerful experience.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And I was sad because she's on the big screen so I can watch her, which means you're not being recorded, so we don't have any of what you did in the camera. But what was important about it isn't what you did, it was what you experienced. It was the feeling, and that's awesome. And you did a lot of beautiful, emotive stuff as well, Nancy, and I was just basically saying that I want to hear what it feels like to you when you watch it. I want to hear about how that feels to you, to watch yourself embody freedom. And the archetypes, and I didn't create anything positive, negative about what you were going to experience. I just gave you the opportunity for an archetype. So if you went somewhere dark, that's because that's where you needed to go. You know what I'm saying? Because with an archetype, you can easily go somewhere light. But then by reversing, by finding the opposite archetype, you're then tapping into yin and yang, And so both of you as teacher trainers ultimately need to understand this type of, it was just a guided meditation. It was just a guided movement meditation with very little instruction of like what to do with your body. It was all about what you were feeling, what you were experiencing. And somebody needs to at some point transcribe it, because then you can see it as a script, and then you can start to see the patterns of the things that I say that lead people into this kind of open experience of themselves. And a whole lot of it's based on NLP, and then a whole lot of it's just based on my own intuition as a meditation teacher. Like, I've been teaching meditation for a long time, and they're very, very simple ways to do it deeply. And when you do it deeply through the body, it's a far more profound experience than when you just do it through the mind. So that's all I got. Do you ladies have any other thoughts or questions?
No, it was great.
Awesome. Well, watch it, and y'all can both go cry some more if you need to, because that's beautiful. You gotta let that shit out. Always let yourself emote, and then write a blog post about it. I want to hear about it. Great work, hon.
I guess there's only one thing that I do want to say to you, Nancy, is how special it's been to me to be able to share the process with you.
Yeah.
I feel like we have a lot of the same areas where we struggle or where we're hard on ourselves.
Yeah.
Somebody else makes mean a lot more.
Definitely harder on myself, yeah. And I'm like you. I have a deep emotions, which I'm not sure if that's what it is, but if I see a beautiful flower, I start crying. It's it moves me, and it's difficult because it's not really accepted in society that be on the dance floor and the song is gorgeous and you're with someone that it means and you're crying. It's like, what's wrong? Nothing. It's so beautiful. And not everybody understands that or is comfortable with that. So it's
and you gotta be okay. You gotta be okay with them being not okay with that.
Yeah, and that's when you realize that's their.
You can't be responsible for other people.
I can't make them happy. I can't make them sad, and this is
right. And I think Shar. Right, and I feel like Shar is sort of experiencing that in opening up her own truth of like what she's dealing with and her own struggles and how people are reacting. If you worry about how people are going to feel about what you say or do, you will never ever find peace in anything you say or do. Because there's always something else to worry about, and there's always some way you could have said something better. So you just got to really start letting yourself be who you are unapologetically, and other people will be inspired by that. Some people are going to be turned off by it, but some people are turned off by chocolate ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Some people are turned off by filet mignon. Some people are turned off by, whatever the best thing in the world is. Like,
right.
Not everybody's cup of tea is like anything.
Right.
And I have like like my favorite Bruce Lee quote possibly ever. I just put on Facebook a few weeks ago, and it's like, I am not here to live up to your expectation of me, and you are not here to live up to mine.
Yes.
And that is some deep shit right there.
Yep.
And I think we'll end on that note. Good job, hon.
Thank you.
Keep up the great work with the photos. We love it. You've inspired the whole community.
Yeah,
and
I've been a little slow at posting. I'll try to get back into.
that's as
Then my
long
next
as
one will be, yeah.
Good,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I went dark for 48 hours on Facebook. I just said I needed a break from it, and so I haven't been posting anything
As
for a
long
while.
as
The
you-
next one's gonna be all foodie posts, me eating
Foodie
food
posts.
and enjoying
Right.
it, and how it's treating my body. And
Well, we'll see you
5
next
more
week.
days in this one, I start over.
Say that again.
5 more days on this one, and I start over.
Nice.
Or maybe it's only
Awesome.
3 more days.
Yeah, Friday. All right. Well, good
Thanks.
luck, and we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.